Hello and welcome to my lesson plan video about H.G. Wells, Herbert George Wells. Wells was born in England in 1866 to parents who were shopkeepers in Kent, England. As a child, Wells was always fond of books, especially Charles Dickens. Wells continued on to write what are called some scientific romances, but really they're early examples of science fiction. Like War of the Worlds in 1898 was a big success. The Island of Dr. Moreau, about a man who encounters these animals on a scary island. And The Invisible Man in 1897. Also, The First Men in the Moon. And there are many other books as well. So, one of Wells' most famous books is The Time Machine. This book was about an English scientist who develops a time travel machine. So this is the 1960s movie. And also, you'll be watching the more modern movie made in 2002.
Such stories as H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds and Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Even this movie was
mankind.
years
So
ahead
today,
of its time.
Man is successfully probing deep into
The
the
special
mysteries of the
effects and
universe.
everything. So this is a
Can
good
he
movie.
penetrate the greatest mystery of all, time itself?
It's got that cool 60s flair
The
to
creative
it.
magic of George Pal and the fabulous production know-how of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer to catapult you through time into a world that
The idea of this lesson
every
is
moment
to
is a year.
read
Hurtling through the atomic
we're going to read
wars
the
of
novel
future on an incredible excursion into the unknown.
and then watch both
What are the
movies.
people like? Or is this the Morlocks, fiendish creatures who live in a weird
So when
underground
you
world?
watch the
And
movies,
Eloy,
I want
the
you to keep in
tranquil
mind the
sunshine
differences
people,
between the
who
two
Morlocks
and the differences
dominate and
between the
maintain
novel.
like cattle, luring them below with the hypnotic wail of the sirens to feed upon them in cannibalistic horror.
So here's some footage from the new movie. And actually, this movie was pretty high rated. It did pretty well. Of course, there's going to be people who like the old movie or the new movie better, but we'll talk about that later. So for the assignment, as a class, we are going to read H.G. Wells' The Time Machine. You will also be listening to an audio book of The Time Machine while you read. When we complete the book, we will watch both movies. First, of course, the one from 1960, and the second is the movie from 2002. You will write a one-page essay comparing and contrasting the movies and the book. You will be graded on the elements found in the rubric. Thank you very much.